Hello everybody. I will hold a talk we held 3 weeks ago in London, which is about cell space grammar. To jump right into the topic, we wanted to generate typologies by means of a cell space grammar and rate those typologies, i.e. find the ideal typology for a hospital or whatever. So we were concerned with building or advising a client in this early stage where there is still no tender or anything, or no competition, just advise the client without stating a form explicitly, but only implicitly, so generate everything basically, and say how good it is, given a specific site. And this is of course political, that you shall generate everything, so you have really done nothing, but nevertheless given some impression what would be preferable when building a hospital than later on after the competition, namely in this case, no? Or choosing a design. Yes. So now let me revisit maybe the literature a bit. We have two types of approaches maybe. We have approaches that generate form as in floor layout planning. So we have an adjacency matrix, and we have some approach trying to fulfill that, or Thomas Ellis Kurtai we heard today, an approach, or here Mitchell and Dillon's. Yes, I want to continue. Polyomino growth, so fulfill some floor plan, some adjacency matrix, and by placing some polyominoes in this case. No? Or we have, and this is this is based on these requirements, but in morphology generation, we really don't relate to requirements. I mean, we relate to generating form, but rarely, there are cases, but rarely is there somebody who says, and then this needs to fulfill this and that. As we heard in the previous talk, we are generating form for the sake of generating form. Now there are people like Dulgarakis from UCL who try to then establish the function of a form, like afterwards, a post-rationalization. And this is called embryology. I don't know. And so we wanted to go in this direction and try to also figure out, using the example of a hospital, what typology could mean, rated to some extent. And these are the typologies which we wanted to generate. So the green thing is the circulation, and the gray thing is the rest of the building. And we sought a technique where we could generate all of these and more. And our approach is based on 3x3 cell arrangements. So you have in this part you have the cell arrangement which has one circulation cell inside. Above it there is an extension cell, and surrounding it are also extension cells where the next 3x3 arrangement will be built. So this is the whole thing. You've built a 3x3 arrangement, then choose which of those connectors you will use, then build, then here is the next center, and adjacent to it I will then build my next megacell. Then every overlap between those will get turned into a circulation, and I'm repeating this process until my cell budget is exhausted. And now these are the results, the achievable results. I hope this will open also a video. So some of the achievable results, and I'm basing this wholly on probabilities. So the probability to build orthogonal, diagonal, or vertical. So it's not a big deal, but what we see is that if the cell budget is high, this is not a classical typology, and if the cell budget is low, it is a typology. So it depends what you want to do with it. So we gave up this initial naive question of we want to generate typologies altogether, and just said we are generating cell arrangements, that's it, because we cannot really trust that everybody uses a low cell budget, which would be then typology, producing typology like structures. Now, how about this embryology? As we are dealing with hospitals, it's nice that we have this domain because we always know that the outpatient areas are in the bottom part, the inpatient areas in the higher part. So, and now comes the sick part. We make a histogram of all cells, and where there is a sharp jump in the histogram of cells per floor, we can say, oh, here must be a division, or we have a threshold or so. Cannot be more, so if it's more than blah floors, then it's probably, here's a cut. So only to show a possible, yeah, it's sick. Only to show a possible way of doing such embryology. Now here's the outpatient and inpatient area, and then we can sort of, vectorize or make a graph out of this structure, put in the center of each of those areas a point, and or calculate from every point to every other point between areas the passages. So we just do yes, and then we can sort of infer how near or how far an area is to another area, and we can compare, we can fuzzify, like classification is really beyond this talk, but we can sort of get which of the three cases is it near or average or far when we look at the length of the way which I must travel between those two areas. I can get to one of those three terms, and this can then be compared to some preset. Like here I got a preset. It should be outpatient zone should be near to inpatient zone, but I calculate it's only medium, so I can attribute a fitness. And well, so what can we do with that? Well, this fitness criterion really enforces spheric designs, and this is not so amazing after all. And it does not take the context into account. So what we did next was to try to get a hold of the surrounding area, namely how extensible is this typology, how much space is to each side and so on. And so two ratios, one regarding the ratio of extension points, here shown in blue, to the perimeter at the ground floor, and the ratio of extensions, again in blue, to the area left, which is hatched. So, and by doing that, we got, these were our fittest designs. So we see that, well, also we did a huge parameter sweep experiment, but we see that the cell and arrangements that come out if we employ lots of cells, like here 150 cells, are really not so typological at all and still follow this spherical, more or less a spherical idea. If we get only one of those extensibility factors and adjacency into the calculation, then it appears that it's more formulated out, but certainly this is not the end of the journey, this is somewhere in between. And this is only extensibility. This is actually a very nice solution. So now this is sort of a preview for the next work that is happening. We are now trying to also get energy into that calculation. So we have wrote a linkage between NetLogo, our simulation and implementation platform, and Excel, which in Excel there is an energy calculation thingy, which I'm not proficient in, but it was given to me by our building physics guys. And so now this bridge transfers values from this one over to this one, and gets the return values as a fitness back. So this is on our agenda, and thank you very much for your attention.